Where were the best bars? I don't drink. Do you drink?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever? No, drinking is wrong.
Well, you know, with the abusive schedule that you kept us on, there's no chance to explore the volumes.
That's true. That's true. Just don't drink, kids.
Most of your time after hours and earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
We're making jokes, but I don't think you stopped working. You still have them. Here we are, right? You never stopped working.
I'm editing with my feet right now.
That's right. That's right.
Finishing. Who's up?
Hi, my name is Ron Magnuson. I am a reporter with Channel 9 on the news here in Charlotte, ABC. This question is for both of you guys. It's two phases to this question. First off, you guys talked about how cool Salisbury is and to work here, and some of us who live here know how cool it is. Is there something that stands out in either of your minds? You guys have shot and done so many films over the years that sets this apart, maybe one thing. And then the other thing is, if you're looking for a young, dashing reporter,
Oh, there.
or the younger guy.
Fantastic. What set it apart? You know what set it apart was all the dashing reporters. I've never seen so many dashing reporters. Each place you go is really unique, but this feels, this is.
I mean, it's clear that there's an appreciation for the historical value of the architecture in this region. And people have held on to it and gone to the trouble to see that it's cared for. And gosh, it adds so much to the character of these towns, and I appreciate it.
There's a real history here, and because of the history here, they seem to have, we've had these issues in other states, in California, a lot of the times, but we don't have as long a history. We tend to sort of tear everything down and start over every 25 years. And so it's lost, and in some ways, in many of the places you go, it's lost some of the character that really set it up. And here you always get a sense that that's celebrated. And it's a really fun thing to be around and be a part of.
Hey, George and Renee. Andy Kaplan from Media Bench.
Another handsome reporter.
Actually, George, I was a reporter in your movie. And a silent photographer.
That's right.
So I hope I made it.
Yes. And you haven't seen the film
I haven't
yet?
seen it yet.
You made it.
Is there a structure scene?
You were, everyone's been talking about how great you were.
The question I have, actually being on set, I saw you, as a great leader, as a director, to have all the people there, all the extras, did a great job doing it. First of all, kudos to you, because it was amazing that you kept your calm and you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people are rolling with that. But I do want to ask you a question that a lot of people have asked, which is about taking on the role as the football player, being physically demanding, rolling in the mud. I saw a fire hose you off, I think, one of the last days there. And just talk a little bit about your choice to actually do the film and star in your own film versus directing.
Consider that ego, would you? Is that something like that? It was one of those things where it was a project I was going to do 10 years ago as an actor, and then I became interested in directing it. And then 10 years went by, and I sort of forgot that I was 45 at the time, and I was reminded of it the first day I got hit by a 21-year-old Clemson player who knocked my teeth back, and I realized that maybe I should have thought this part out. So I changed some of the rules, like don't hit the director, whatever, we're gone. But this was one that the project that I've been involved with for a long period of time. I wanted to do. It's a time period in the world that we actually don't see on film, and that's rare anymore. And so all along the time we were working on it, I sort of knew how I wanted to tell the story, whether it works or not. I knew what I wanted to do with it, and I thought acting in it would be fairly easy in the sense that I knew what the director wanted. But what you do is you sort of surround yourself with just really wonderful actors, because you're in a bit of a disadvantage. You don't get to stand outside and look at it. You're kind of in the scene. So you have Renee and John Krasinski, and you don't really have to worry much about them. They just deliver. So then you just make sure you didn't screw up the lines yourself.
Hi, Linda Love with WRAL TV in for both of you. What were your favorite scenes from the movie?
Go ahead, say it. Tell her how you like the kissing scene. I'll just sit back. Go ahead. Tell her your favorite scene.
Was there a kissing scene?
Yes, there was a kissing scene. There was a long kissing scene.
I don't recall. I think, you know what? I can't say a favorite scene. I can't say a favorite scene. I can say that I enjoyed football practice a lot. Even though I wasn't called to work on those days, I might have showed up.
She did show up.
I did show up.
Football around.
Well, I got scolded. He came outside and I got scolded by my boss. He said, "Put that down. What are you doing? What am I going to do with you when you miss and your nose is over here and it's time for the close-up?" He said, "Marsha, Marsha, Marsha."
That's really true. She was on that.
Yeah, it looked a little ridiculous in those shoes. But anyway, what are you going to do? It was a good day at work. We had a nice time.
I think of favorite scenes. What was the?
The train was fun.
Oh yeah,
bunks.
yeah. The bugs that was a
Yeah.
pretty fun scene because we were trying to shoot that kind of quickly in those master shots. So that one was a really fun scene to shoot. I'm trying to think of the football scenes. As fun as they look, they were kind of miserable because we were, in the mud and it was colder than it should be here. Record cold in Charlotte. Soaking in mud. But I think that the scenes, the smaller scenes are the most fun ones to shoot. The scenes, on the train. The train is fun, We shot some of the exteriors in Tennessee and some of them here, and then all the interiors of the trains we built and we shot them on a soundstage with up on top of an air mattress with guys with 2x4s bouncing cars. It's like old-fashioned filming. So that was really fun. So I think probably the stuff on the train is fun. Motorcycle was fun. Yeah, we shot that. We shot some out here. Yeah, we shot everything.
I'm Kathy Cheek from WXII NBC affiliate out of Winston-Salem. I have a question for each of you. Renee, was there any particular person that you used as a role model for your part in this film? And then George, how important is it for states like North Carolina to have tax incentives and those kinds of things to have movies made here?
Roswell Missile, Jennifer, and absolutely every time I went back to Kate Hepburn, every time. Just her posture and how great she was in all of her, films with her line delivery and things like that. She was kind of never at a loss for words, and there was never, I found that her confidence was never compromised when she delivered her lines in any situation, and that was imperative of Lexi, because I think that's a big part of who she is. Didn't you love that about her? What a great actress. Yeah, so I stole her posture, basically. Yes.
You should watch her at any given moment. You see, anybody from Ginger Rogers to Gene Arthur to Catherine. It was a great thing. You can't. The trick was with her was that you couldn't do an exact impersonation of Rosalind Russell, for instance. As brilliant as Rosalind Russell is, that kind of performance won't hold up in a contemporary film. And you're like, sure, whatever. What did he say? It starts to lose its. It's not tied to anything nowadays that we can understand. So she had to walk a really fine balance of doing that. As far as shooting, tax incentives, listen, it's a great thing. It makes a huge difference for films. Locations are really great. No, it makes a big difference when you're trying to shoot, and stay in the States, quite honestly. It makes a very big difference. There was this idea of punishing companies that went out of the United States by fining them for going out of the United States to shoot films, and it always seemed to us, a lot of us in the industry, that it was probably better to reward people for staying there, probably make it easy for them to stay there. Probably the dollar following has made that less of an issue. But I tell you, it does make a big difference for when you're trying to get a film made, particularly a film like this. It's bigger than most in that kind of way. So very helpful, tax incentives. And the trains.
I'm not a bastion of Porter for this last question, but okay. I'm a friend with Fox News Edge, and I'd heard a rumor that you were starting a clothing line from a reliable source, TMZ.com, and I'm wondering if that was one of your first designs right here.
It is. Now, what? Did you really hear I started a clothing line?
I really did. I heard
That's,
I know you're a multi-talented guy, but I heard you were going to have your own clothing line. I didn't know if maybe Renee was wearing one of your designs, or if this was something that you were doing, planning on releasing.
I'll tell you something.
Your suit's very nice. Perhaps you can stand up and model with your newest couture.
I have to say that I have a bit of a problem with that mannequin, who I'm not quite sure is a man. When you put a wig on that, I'm fairly sure there's lipstick on it and an eyeliner. And I'm confused to what football to different film, Leatherheads. Really didn't say I'm going to jail for it. I'm working on my new design now. It will include a faux hawk.
Do you have a faux hawk underneath that hat right there?
I do. No, mine just shifts off. It comes off with a hat. Hey, you're back. Get your move. We're starting all over again.
I sort of had a follow-up to Kathy's question. The relationship between Dodge and Lexi recalls such great movie couples, Bogart and McCall, Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. But if some of the younger viewers maybe don't have that cultural reference, do you think they'll still get that relationship between Dodge and Lexi?
You know, I don't like young people. The trick was never to impersonate those guys. The trick was to make a film where the exchanges work. And then people who know films or have been around longer and recognize who were stealing or ripping off can appreciate it. But the idea was that the characters work. So the hope is that they do. It seems to have been playing very well so far. So we'll see. Never know.
Don't say that.
Don't say that? Okay. My new fashion line.
Pete Kunkel from the North Carolina Transportation Museum. Our volunteers worked a long time on reconstructing that engine 604. How do you think they did?
How do you think they did it, Renee?
I enjoyed it very much.
It's a good one. You know, I tell you this, I did have to push it a while myself. And, it's really amazing when you get out on that thing because, in particular, the interiors are just immaculate now. And it's a very funny thing to think how long those things have been around and running. We had a real difficult time finding trains. Quite honestly, they're very rare anymore. So to get out here and have one that really works and you can use, just absolutely amazing. This place was incredible. It was an incredible find for us. So, to be congratulated on that was great.
I've got another question for you.
Oh boy, wow.
Good one. You had over 5,000 different costume changes for your different
I did.
actors. One of the things that I was curious about is when the awards come up, is this movie up for, going to be up for awards like Best Costuming, and also talk about the music and how that comes about in that part of the movie, because obviously, if you have some movie, that's a critical part of the background, how you've chosen the background music.
Well, I think it's an award show film, but you right off the bat. There's a huge whisper campaign already for us. We were whispering earlier today. No, listen, you never know about anything like that. What we do know is that that our costumer was a genius in doing this. Because it's a funny thing. It's hard to get clothes anymore. You can't just go to an old costume shop and get clothes from 1925 because we're all 8 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier than we were in 1925, actually, truthfully. So none of the clothes fit anymore. We put them on the kids. So she had to go out and find them or make them a lot of the time, or hide them. You got a hat and a coat, and then bring your clothes to her. So she did a huge job to do it. She did just an amazing job with it. I can't remember what was this. Oh, the music, Randy Newman. Yes, sir. How do you go on with Randy Newman? We actually had him in the film playing the piano, and he picks up a bottle and smashes the guy in the head. That's Randy Newman. Yeah.